Massachusetts. Ms. Pressley is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for convening this hearing and all the witnesses for joining us here today. I represent the Massachusetts 7th Congressional District, and like all districts across the country, is reeling from the economic impacts of this pandemic. In Massachusetts, since February 2020, over 200,000 fewer people are employed. Children in 12% of households do not have enough food to eat, and many of the smallest businesses have permanently shuttered their doors. Research shows that following the 2008 recession, gambling and cheap lottery tickets increased among those who continued struggling financially. In this economic recovery, I'm concerned that Robinhood has positioned itself well to take advantage of this trend, but with much higher stakes for my lowest income constituents. Robinhood boasts that the platform is democratizing finance for the benefit of everyday Americans, positioning itself as the great equalizer of capitalism. Meanwhile, it's running targeted advertisements on social media that say, and I quote, "Millions of people will soon begin receiving stimulus checks. As you consider whether to spend, pay down debt, or save, we want you to be prepared." With a link back to their own blog, which says that, quote, "never investing at all is a missed opportunity." Many of my constituents now just have a $1,400 stimulus, or what I call survival check, in their bank account to get them through months of expenses, and are positioned to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars in options trading if they take that gamble. Ms. Goldstein, what do you make of these targeted advertisements under the guise of promoting financial literacy? Is Robinhood really increasing its own profits by attracting new users after many existing users left the platform due to the trading halt in GameStop?
Congresswoman, I have seen the same advertisements you are talking about. I keep getting them over and over again, in fact. And I do think that Robinhood, there was a survey that was done by Fortune in the wake of Robinhood freezing trading in GameStop and other meme stock names. And they found that some half of their users were considering leaving Robinhood for another brokerage in the wake of that. And so I absolutely think that Robinhood is looking to attract a new user base that hasn't previously perhaps participated in the financial markets to account for what I suspect is a large amount of users that they lost as a result of freezing trading in GameStop. And I should just flag that I disagree with the assessment that regulation is the reason that Robinhood froze trading, or that, the clearinghouse capital requirements is the reason. Most major brokerages have very serious, dedicated teams that evaluate the risk and the capital that they need to put forward every day. And I suspect it may be Robinhood's inability to manage its own risk and not any fault of any regulation.
Right. Well, look, providing an opportunity for people to make informed investments in part of their financial planning is not a bad thing. However, targeting the vulnerable Americans receiving federal relief during a pandemic certainly is. And this is not the solution to their hardship. Ms. Goldstein, Robinhood proposes that turning everyday Americans into day traders is democratizing finance, but you've written that the real solution to breaking the power of finance is to rebalance the recession-wrecked economy. What does democratizing the economy really look like?
Congresswoman, I think it means that we need to rebalance our economy so that everybody isn't struggling or looking for the next gold rush scheme in order to pay their rent if they're facing eviction. I mean, I think you've been a real leader in this space, and so has the chairwoman, and so has Representative Adams and many others who have called on the president to cancel student debt through executive authority. I think there are a lot of different ways that we can tackle this problem. But I think one thing that we should think about, and you all as policymakers can think about, there's no way to save for retirement right now that doesn't give a cut to Wall Street. Unless you buy a savings bond, or unless you are rich enough to purchase a municipal bond, we always have to give a cut to Wall Street if we want to save for our future. And 47% of Americans have no exposure whatsoever to the stock market. And so they're not going to be able to use Robinhood to try and, make some wealth for themselves. And I think we need to come up with other solutions in order to figure out how we can build wealth. And there are a lot of potential solutions for that. The American Rescue Plan is a part of it, but I think we need to do much more. And I thank you for your leadership on the resolution on canceling student debt.
Thank you. I have tons of ideas: canceling student debt, federal job guarantee, baby bonds. One thing's for sure, we need to be investing in people. and in jobs, and thinking about transformational, bold policies. And that's what I'll continue to push for, to close the wealth gap and to create opportunities in our communities. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much. The gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from West Virginia, Mr. Mooney, is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. In the aftermath of the market volatility in January,